Rolling.
All right, well, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the second episode of Esports Core. We appreciated a lot of your feedback that you gave us, and one of the key things that you told us about was lack of lighting. And given our budget, we went ahead and harnessed the power of the sun, as you can see. So welcome to the new Esports Core studio, which is in front of a dumpster in an alley. I'm Sahara Drac. This is Architect here. How you doing?
Doing all right, sir. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for the second episode. This is all the we can afford for the rental space, but we will improve the product as weeks go on.
All right. So coming up for you today, we've got the WCS Europe Finals for StarCraft. Very, very exciting matches. We've got the opinions of homeless people in this area on whether or not Zerg is overpowered or not. And we've got HON. What was it? DREAMHON.
DREAMHON, yeah, Summer Championships, I believe.
Championships. Little light on the League of Legends and the Dota this week. They just had the International and the big tournament for the League of Legends is next week, so we didn't have a lot to cover for that this week, but we'll definitely be bringing those next week. So, I guess we're going to go ahead and go into our next segment. One of the other things that we got from your feedback was that the audio quality was lacking, so we went ahead and enrolled in film school, and we've become master dubbers.
Yeah, and you will see very soon.
Here you go, enjoy. So here we are in beautiful downtown Albuquerque, and we wanted to feel the pulse of esports on the streets. So we're going to take it right now and see what the everyman thinks about esports.
I agree.
What do you think of people playing video games professionally as a career?
I really don't think nothing about it.
Perfect. Except I didn't hit record.
All right, sir, I was just wondering what your opinion is on esports in general. What do you think of somebody playing video games professionally?
I end up looking like you.
I was gonna hope to see if we could.
Alright, so between all the games competing for dominance in the action RTS genre, like League of Legends, Dota 2, and HON, which do you think is going to come out on top?
I have no idea.
Yeah, you got nothing?
Nothing.
He's got nothing.
Alright.
Alright, what's your name, sir?
Joseph Gordon.
Hello, Joseph. My question for you today is, do you think that Zerg with their roaches are the most OP race in StarCraft right now?
It's just UFO satellite.
UFO satellite?
Yeah, because the holo's too hot, we cannot be.
Exactly, UFO satellites.
Oh, great ancients of the land, who will win the WCS? I beg of you.
All right, sir. So, what do you think about our North American athletes sucking compared to the Korean athletes?
You know, it's just not in their heart. It's just not. They're not hungry. Really. They don't got that hungry. Athletes are this year. I really thought that in the trials we would really give ourselves this year. Coaching problem. I don't know if it's a. It might just be a cultural issue within the team, or part of something bigger than yourself. And they're selfish. I mean, it's just like going right out of high school, right into the pros, and you can't, but you know, in international competition, you just can't compete. Yep. They don't want to win. That could be it. That really might be it. And you know, this is not an individual sport.
All right, here we are. We're doing the WCS Europe Finals. It was a really exciting tournament, big stakes. We're going to open with Stefano.
That's right. 100%. Thank you so much for your time.
Finals. And Stefano opening up with a big Baneling bust. Vortex trying to get those creep colonies up, but it looks like they're not going to be there in time. And
Stefano's timing is impeccable. Look at the damage it's about to do. Oh my goodness, so many Banelings. What are you going to do? Please, no! Oh, he missed a... Oh, there they are!
Yeah, and he got a big chunk of economy there. 12 workers killed with that kill.
Goodness.
Later on in the game, Vortex goes for a Muta build. He also has roaches and stuff, but Stefano focuses more on Roach, Hydra, and Fester. As you can see, there's the mulas floating around, and they have a big conflict here at Vortex's 4th. And you can see lots of fungal growths going down, a big conflict.
A lot of infested Marines. This is a big battle, hard to commentate. A lot of action going down. Hydra's in the back there, shooting away. Roaches are saying, we'll match you fire for fire, let's do it.
Yeah, and he does actually end up losing this 4th to Stefano's push here. It was definitely a big moment. A lot more workers killed by Stefano, you can see there still, though. And yeah, there's the 4th going down.
Yep. Supply advantage is huge. 197 to 158. Stefano's clearly in command at this point.
He's clearly in command of that lovely haircut of his, too. It's looking better and better every year.
I disagree. I think that he's not in control of it, and that's his mom. That's a direct
result of his,
of his mother.
Of his mother's love and care. Okay, you're probably right. Regardless of who's taking care of his hair, Vortex is managing to push back out here. And after losing his fourth, it's pretty remarkable. This may be the first ZVZ I've ever enjoyed seeing in my life. But he's pushing out here now, and he's regrouping. And yeah, Stefano's being forced back towards his base now. So it was a very big tug-of-war this game. Big macro tug-of-war.
Looks like we got another big conflict. Let's see here.
Bermudas go down quickly to those Hydras, unfortunately for
Definitely.
Vortex. A good surround by Stefano on this.
Yeah, he had the concave,
But,
and it's just too much.
The concave was too strong on there. So up into game 2, it's Vortex this time with the Roaches and Infestors. And as you can see, his concave is not quite as good as Stefano's was in the last game, and Stefano with the fungal growth is able to get the big GG there, so that game goes to him. Okay, and moving on now to Lucifron, the Spaniard, versus Lowly. Do you know where he's from?
He's from Spain. That's my country!
Oh, wow. Spanish people. Lucifron rushing in with the Hellions and killing a ton of drones here.
Yeah, it's too painful. 28 to 1. That's like, ugh.
28 workers killed. Pretty intense, actually. He does clean those up, but the damage has been done, gang. So.
And it looks like Lucifron's rushing in with Hellions, and he is doing a great job of killing all those drones. Look at the damage. Now up to 37.
37, 38, 40, 41, 42.
It's higher than I can count.
Yeah, and looks like Lucifron's going to rush in with Hellions here and kill some drones. Look, he's up to the solid 60 workers killed now with those Hellions. I don't think Zerg's gonna like that very much. I don't know. I got a hunch.
Lucifron is definitely keeping Lowly's drone count pretty low.
Oh, Lowly. I get it. I bet you no one's ever made that joke.
I wonder.
I know.
I wonder.
He does manage to get some Brood Lords out, though, despite having 4 workers total for the entire game. That's just a lot of workers killed. And he's going to go ahead and rush in with some Hellions.
Yeah.
And kill some drones. Turns out killing Hellions is... Or, I'm sorry, killing drones with your Hellions.
Wait, it looks like Lucifron's rushing in with some Hellions.
Oh, he's rushing in with Hellions to kill drones.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a really good plan. 94 workers killed. Looks like he's gonna clean it up with rushing in with some Hellions to kill some drones.
Lily's like, I got this. Zerglings
are on it. So 110 workers killed. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that. That's just a lot. And the sweet camera rotation there from the observer. That.
The only time I've ever seen 110, a number that high, is when I got my bi-monthly paycheck.
Yeah, well, regardless, Lucifron's gonna go ahead and push this in with his mech army. Lots of Vikings, lots of tanks, lots of everything but Marines, really. I'm sure he's got a few of those, too.
You know, I'm pretty sure that Lucifron had so much money at this point that he could get stainless steel tanks.
Yeah, he could get the actual...
You know what I mean?
The price fister.
Forget that iron.
Yeah. But, you know, he still had to kind of slowly crawl in with the mech. You can't be too careful, even though he has a huge economic advantage. It's 183 to 85. And that's not really where the Zerg wants to be ever. So
Spanish Armada. Alright, looks like game 2, Lucifron versus Lowly again. Looks like, let's see, Lowly's opening up with a Roach aggression early on, trying to get this going on. It looks like Lucifron is getting that bunker up.
Yeah, the bunker actually does end up going down, but the Banshee is out, and that's going to help a lot. Roaches are a pretty good unit.
Yeah, they are.
But this bunker is up, and he's got the repair going down hard.
Yeah, a lot of SCVs coming up.
SCVs repairing, the Banshee's firing, Hellions doing what they can. It's a really intense moment.
Lucifron is rushing Hellions in.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he's thinking about it.
He's definitely trying to sneak one out there. But actually the repair is going to stand, and the Roaches are going to go down. So barely hanging on there with that bunker. 10
ACVs killed, but let's see here.
Yeah, and then that's going to lead into the mid game with the Infestor play and lots of mech and Marine.
Look at the spacing of Lucifron.
He's an excellent player. He really is. Like, I remember him from the Warcraft 3 days. He was an excellent player, and I remember him from the StarCraft 2 beta. He was an excellent player. He had one of the most intense games of the beta. But I'm reminiscing. I'm an old man, I guess. Yeah, he's combining drops with the mech, the staunch mech play, and there's just, Lowly's kind of just stuck.
No, his last effort was to send the drones in because everybody knows how good drones are.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, versus tank fire.
No, not so hot. So there's the 200 max versus the 54, and there's a GG. All right, now here we are with Lucifron versus Vortex, the brothers from Spain battling it out. You couldn't write a better movie script than this. Lucifron's going to come in with Hellions now. I don't know. He kind of likes to do that, I guess.
Getting a lot of drone kills, dishing out the pain, saying, look, you're my younger brother. I'm going to teach you. He's like squeezing his nipples right now, basically.
He is, and nobody likes that. Well, some people like that, but Vortex is not one of them. He's going to come in with the Thors and the Cloaked Banshees now. There's quite a few Broodlords going to deflect that attack back, and a ton of Zerglings coming out now to get this around on these Thors. Lucifron's army on the run. Lots of infestors.
Yep, siege tanks were unsieged at the time.
Yep.
GG Lords, what are you going to do against this?
Locked out of position, and even got the Neural Parasite off on that one Thor. So Vortex now pushing out strongly against his bro. There's the Broodlords there, taking out looks like the 4th from Lucifron. He's going to be forced to lift. He's actually going to end up losing that to the Corruptors.
Yep.
And Vikings doing what they can.
You could tell that that Vortex went to his dad and said, look, Lucifron's being a jerk. He ate all the Oreos, and now he's trying to get me out of this tournament. Yeah. Can you do anything?
And obviously he couldn't, because the Broodlords did take out that base, but the Lucifron's sitting at a 40 food advantage right now. It's anybody's game at this point in the replay. I don't know. I don't know who's going to win this. I haven't seen this.
I just love watching Lucifron's mech play. It's like a beautiful symphony, you know. Everything's in its right place. Dancing perfectly, but GG Lords, man. It's stressing me out.
He doesn't have the Viking count at all, actually, looking at it. Yeah, and he's going to lose out on that eventually.
Yep.
Here in game 2, we have Lucifron pushing out again with Big Mech, Ravens, Tanks, Thors, and another huge Zerglings around. Lots of Infestors coming down, throwing down the Infested Marines. Big clash here. Nice Hellion support from the back.
Did you see how sexy those Thors were just tanking all of that damage?
Yeah, Thors are pretty good against Zerglings, turns out. I remember when Zerglings were supposed to counter them, but, well, they do.
If you get the surround.
You gotta get the surround.
Yeah, plus Lucifron's a really good player. He had the Hellions behind, roasting them before they can do anything, so...
Yeah. And lots of Ultralists now coming out. That's a lot of gas investment there.
That's a thing of beauty
right
there.
That is a thing of beauty, and they have big mandibles to chop with. That's always nice.
Not getting good surface area, unfortunately, because Lucifron's really good with his placement. Puts the Thors where only a couple of Ultras are attacked, but they're Ultralists. What else can you do? Look, they still chew through everything.
Yeah, and the Ultralists, that one goes down to the Banshee Fire eventually, but there's still a couple rampaging around the base, and that's not what you want. He is eventually going to clean them up, though. Looks like a Hellion counterattack. The Cloaked Banshee's helping so much with this. He is going to be able to repel it, but at what cost? Oh, right, Hellions. Yeah, I don't know how many drones he actually killed at this point. It's definitely not as one-sided as the previous games. He's sitting at 184 food to 160, so a pretty decent advantage for Vortex. About a standard Zerg advantage where he wants to be, so he's feeling somewhat comfortable, I'd imagine.
Nothing to back up, nothing to protect the Broodlords, unfortunately. No Corruptors out, no Hydras, and I think the Infestor energy's all used up. This battle's definitely going to be going to Lucifron.
Yeah, and as you can see in the next clip here, Lucifron has caught up in the food count, the supply count nicely, and then this huge clash is going to go down. Banelings, Ultralists, Infestors, Vikings, Hellions, and a big
look at that,
growth on those
16 Vikings.
16 Vikings get fungal growth simultaneously, and that's going to be a big explosion. Boom.
Yeah, you can even hear the Ultralords being like, "That was a good shot, Tony!"
I can confirm that Ultralists do call Infestors Tony. They're all called Tony.
Yeah, because they're drama queens, the Tony Awards. Right?
Yeah, I don't know how your brain,
my brain
functions.
It's a high level APMs, baby.
It's that APM every time. Yeah. So the fungal growth was huge in that play. That was like a linchpin play, if you will. And there's a GG from Lucifron.
All right, this is the first match of the grand finals between Stefano and Vortex. Looks like Stefano is opening with a multi-pronged attack. Infestor's up top with the infested Terrans. And meanwhile, he has Roaches over here taking out a bunch of economy of Vortex.
Yeah, really nice multiple area attack there.
Look at this big battle.
Trying to take out a lot of workers. He does have 14 workers killed, but then they're going to clash over here at the looks like the third of Vortex, and it's going to be a huge battle. Hydralisks on infestors, on lings, on roaches. It's a lot of green acid being spewed across the battlefield.
And it's too much for Vortex to handle. The Spanish, he got beat there.
Yeah, that's what happens. And then up here in the second game, did we talk about this?
Nope, we're commentating this one right now.
Oh, okay.
Vortex opening up with a lot of ling pressure, running by. Oh my goodness, he's going to try to snipe the infestation.
That's right. He comes in and gets the queen. I remember this game now. He comes in and gets the queen, and he's able, right before the upgrades to finish, he manages to kill the infestation pit.
Why?
So Stefano is going to say, why?
Why you do this?
He's going to be behind on tech the whole game. As you can see here, Vortex ending up with Ultralisks when all Stefano has to stop it with is Roaches and Hydras. And Roaches and Hydras are just not going to cut the mustard against a bunch of
see, look, it looks like a fungal growth on the Ultralisk, and they walk right through it.
Yeah, the Ultralisks walk right on through the fungal growth because they don't give an F or anything even resembling an F.
Their calves, they're too much.
They have strong elephant calves, and that's what allows them to perform such incredible feats of strength.
Looks like Stefano's doing what he can, microing the Hydralisk back, but look at that sneak attack. Roaches again taking out the economy.
Yep, but it's not going to be enough to stop all these Ultralisks that falling behind on the tech from that lane run by is going to. He's not going to be able to catch up from it. He's now down almost 100 food.
Yeah,
the tech. 20 food. Yeah.
Let's see. Stefano went for Brood Lords, but it's just I don't think he had the economy at this point. Was a little bit too far behind. The Ultralisks are still munching away. Vortex sends the Lings down to the the third?
Yeah.
And last remaining expansion, the Frenchman is getting frustrated at this point.
And when the French get frustrated, they get sweaty. There's no. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe. I have no scientific proof of that. Then there's a GG from Stefano, so it's 1-1. So this is the if Vortex manages to pull this one out, they're going to go to a second match since Vortex came out of the losers bracket.
Yeah. Vortex with early aggression, setting in the Lings, setting in the Banelings.
That sunken colony just barely manages to hit that last Baneling before he could do a ton of damage. So that was a nice break for him.
In come the Roaches.
In come the Roaches from Vortex, and they're going to harass the front door. He's dancing his Zerglings around quite handsomely, I might say.
Interpretive dance.
The dance was nice, but it still wasn't enough to stop these Roaches. And there's a quick GG from Stefano.
Yes, Vortex bringing it to the final set.
Okay, so moving on to the second match. Whoever wins this wins the tournament, and again it's Vortex opening with Ling Bling Bust action, trying to get in here past the Queens, which he does.
Oh my god. It looks like he's going to snipe that main hatchery down. Queen trying to say, no, don't do it!
Yeah, but apparently they are going to not listen to her. They're going to do it, and they take out Stefano's main hatchery. He's got a backup. He's like, whatever.
No problem.
And he's going to counter, actually, with Lings here. He runs the Lings up the ramp, and he's trying to get by here. Vortex doing everything he can to stop them at the ramp. It's a big battle, and then
a lot of Banelings being formed.
Banelings, right
I don't know whose they are, though.
The red Banelings kill all of Stefano's Banelings. One of Stefano's Banelings is in the line, and it's able to do the damage. And he knows at that point, after losing his main hatchery,
I can't believe it,
comes back and wins that game. So it was a little confusing with the red and blue Banelings. But here we are on to the next game of that match. He's got Stefano running up here, doing the run-by thing with his speedlings. Queen's doing what he can.
A lot of Banelings, don't know whose they were, don't know what blew up. We're watching a really low resolution.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think they were a little unprepared for the amount of viewers for the WCS, so the stream was pretty low quality. And that's what we're working off, but trying to do what we can. He is using his mutas as a distraction. Stefano is going to get into position and use a Roach Infestor push.
Roach Infestor!
Roach Infestor is a classic.
Yeah, versus just Roach, I think we know which way this battle's going to swing.
Yeah, pretty much. I can't believe he won that game.
I'm
after
still
losing
thinking
his
about
main
it.
hatchery.
I'm still,
That's
you know what I
amazing.
mean?
Yeah.
I have so many napkins in my pants right now trying to sop up some juice, but it's not working.
That was great. So yeah, and the Roach Infestor push looks like it's going to come in and do it. So Stefano winning the WCS EU with this game. I'll just go ahead and tell you now. I'm pretty sure you can tell. Although maybe you can't tell because he did lose his half last game and still won. So you never really know. But
Oh, look, all I'm seeing is Stefano just
there's the
freely
GG.
attacking. Yeah,
There's the GG from Vortex, and he finally pulls those headphones out of his hair.
Finally! Finally!
All right, and moving on to our game of the week from the WCS Europe Finals. It's Nerchio and Grubby. And Grubby coming in here with some serious Phoenix harass, completely unexpected apparently by Nerchio because he has nothing really to stop it.
Yeah.
Sniping 2 queens so far. Yeah, there it goes down and doing a ton of damage to Nerchio's economy. It looks like that's another that's going to go down. Yeah. So that's bad news bears for Nerchio for sure. Yeah, so heavy harass. He's going to get another, looks like a couple overlords too. Might as well stick around. Grab a couple overlords while you can. So there's one. Looks like he probably got 2. Nerchio's countering now. He's going to try and do the counterattack with Lings and Roaches while this Phoenix harass continues unthwarted. And there it is there. There's the counter push. Roaches coming in. Nice force fields there.
Oh, but the Lings killing the sentries.
Lings were able to get Pyatt though. The Roaches were blocked off. The Lings were not. So the sentries go. Snipes 2 sentries down. And then he's gonna. This is later on in the mid game, or no? This is about
The 16-minute mark, 17-minute mark, something like that.
It's kind of hard to see, but nice counter from lots of Lings here. Huge battle going down.
Oh, look at those storms.
He went Broodlord tech, and Grubby went ahead and went High Templar, and they're clashing. Looks like Grubby just lost his 4th there.
Yep.
So that's gonna be. He's gonna move on into Archons, and a huge army here. Archons.
Oh, is he gonna snipe? Is he gonna? Oh, yeah, yep.
Yep,
He focused it.
and there you go. He snipes the base.
The
and
recall.
He manages to get that shot off right as the recall goes down.
Oh,
so that
Broodlords are like, we got this.
Yep. And there's the big toilet bowl there from Mothership pulling it down. He gets a.
Oh, did you see him sneak the Banelings into the vortex only?
Yes. He just moved the Banelings in there, and he's gonna block it off with these Archons. And man, Vortex lasts forever. And there comes out the Broodlords there. Nice play, actually, from both players in that situation.
Yeah, they really handle it like pros. GG Lord still doing a lot of damage. It's hard to tell who's going to take this fight. It looks like Protoss might. There's only 3-4 Broodlords, but there's only... How many Archons is that? 2? Oh, I didn't see the Immortals.
Yeah, there's
Yikes.
Immortals. Yeah. Yeah, so Grubby's doing what he can here to defend these Broodlords, but Broodlords are some mean mothers.
Yeah. Looks like eventually he took that base down, and now there's another battle going on in the bottom of the map,
Bottom middle.
bottom-ish, yeah.
Yeah, and lots of Stalkers finally taking down these Broodlords. Illusion, what are they? Changeling Zealots. They're just going to stand there and watch. They're bored. Yeah, and there's a smiley face from Nerchio.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what it means. What does it mean?
It's enigmatic.
Oh,
That's
there
what
it is.
I think it means GG.
GG.
So great plays there from Grubby.
Did you see that recall?
It was a really nice recall, and the Vortexes were nice too.
I wish there was a recall function that when I was messing up in grade school. Alright everybody, this is the NASL match of the week between QXC and MMA. We're going to show you the highlights of this intense match. Like right now we have the starting position of QXC, the American Terran in the left-hand side.
Yeah, and we've got MMA spawning as the red Terran up on the north end of the map here. And I gotta say, I favor MMA in this match mostly because I hate looking at QXC.
I'm the other way around. I think it's beautiful.
He's like the guy in the GameStop who wants to correct you when you pre-order the game he doesn't like. I don't know.
Anyway, looks like MMA is going for some early aggression with a drop play. It was thwarted really nicely by QXC, showing some serious top-end gaming. Look at that one stranded Marine. It was very scared.
It was abandoned. Here's a dropship with 4 Hellions in it coming up here. Now, he's trying to move around now. QXC is going to attempt this drop. He drops. Now MMA is going to be aware of it. He responds very quickly. QXC bringing his Hellions around into the line. He's getting some great hits off, killing a few, and yeah, a pretty solid drop overall. And is he going to get away with this?
Nope, the dropship already left a long time ago.
The dropship took off. He was like, good luck.
Oh, but at the same time, Hellions in the natural, with the army displaced from MMA, getting a lot of SCV kills, a lot of Mew kills, this guy came to play. QXC is not messing around. He's showing everybody that the Americans are here to stay.
Yeah, that's pretty good harass from QXC. You know,
25.
You don't
SCV
expect
kills.
to see you know, a great player like MMA get stomped on by the Hellion harass like that, but it happened.
Oh, this is the best play ever. Okay, so he brought the medevac back to get MMA's counterattack stalled. Did you see that? MMA's army had to come back because he was so afraid of the first
drop.
harass.
Yeah, the feint there was a really nice play. Really good plays from QXC. MMA is going to siege up now down on the lower side of this ramp. A little bit of a siege war going on. Medevac's going to provide vision while he drops. He's going to drop on the high ground.
Look at that. But to get QXC's army out of place, he did the exact same thing that QXC did to him. He got all of QXC's mech down at the bottom, and so now he's just raining terror in the main base, killing off a lot of important infrastructure. And what QXC's out of position. Look, all of his tanks are just way down south. Can't help with the problem.
And those are some those tanks that are going to take a long time to react, especially in that position. But now they're finally up here.
He's just walking them into siege.
He's just walking into siege tanks, but he's got so many more at this position. I still think it's favoring MMA right now heavily.
Yeah, well, you know what would have been really good for QXC there is if he landed the Vikings on top of the siege tanks. Instead he landed it. Yeah, instead he landed them right there. That battle could have gone a lot better. So now look at the damage that he's taking.
Yeah.
So many SCV kills. He killed like almost every factory that I could see. Really beautiful play from MMA and slightly sloppy from QXC.
Yeah, you can see he's scrambling now. His tanks are kind of out of position. He's not sieging at the right times, and I think he's definitely got QXC on the back foot here.
Yep.
Big time.
Again, another drop in the main of QXC, getting him out of position, getting take this the main command center. Meanwhile, the army is looping around, and here comes the army right into here.
Yeah, right up the ramp into the natural. MMA is going to siege up, and he's the constant. Ever since he got that really nice drop off on the high ground for here earlier, he's had this guy under constant pressure.
Oh, just walking tanks.
And,
yep.
And then game one goes to MMA there. All right, on to game 2 of MMA and QXC on Entombed Valley now. Going for the contain is MMA with 2 tanks, some Hellions, and some Marines, but the QXC's tank on the high ground gets the first shot off.
Confidently with a lot of intelligence. Oh!
Yeah, a nice push out, but he's not able to get down there quite. Whenever I'm under this kind of pressure from a Terran, I start sneezing and I get uncontrollable boners at the same time, and it's really uncomfortable.
Okay, so next highlight. Looks like QXC pushed that initial
big drop from QXC
out.
here. Yeah, 8 Marines coming down right into the natural expansion of MMA. These Marines are going to wreak some havoc. He doesn't have a well, he has a few Marines actually, but the medevac's there, and now a medevac spawns for MMA, so that's going to help a lot. He does get this round with some of the SCVs, so he's going to
23 kills.
Yeah, QXC's drops are really spot on this series so far. He's able to do a lot of worker harass. It's his mid and his late game decisions, I think, that are costing him these games so far.
29 from that one drop.
Yeah, 29 workers killed on that drop. That should put him in a really nice position.
MMA is really pissed, getting back in position for another contain, getting all the tank line in place. Looks like QXC has the Viking advantage, but that scan takes out at least one. Was that one tank or 2 tanks?
It was just one.
Okay, 1 tank. So big moment here. A lot of stress. QXC looks like he's keeping his cool.
And there's a second tank going down now. So now he doesn't have the position anymore. He's going to try and stem down the ramp, but the tanks are sieging up. Yeah, he's going to have to get out of there quick, or suffer a horrible bloody defeat.
Supply count is surprisingly very similar. 133 to 131.
So pretty much identical.
I think those Vikings are really just paying their dividends, man.
Yeah, the Vikings, well, I mean, TVT, since the day this game came out, TVT was about Viking advantage, and it's still true in many of the games, you know?
Yeah, it looks like MMA just kind of stutter-stepping around, picking off what he can, with the medevacs giving him vision. Siege tanks are in place. Looks like we have a stalemate here for a little while. The containment is a go. Well, actually, MMA looks like he's... Nope.
He moves his guys back a little bit. Yeah, they're just kind of they're pensively TBTing right now, and that is the nature of the matchup. So
yeah, just a lot of positional battle here.
Yeah, and I think that's why I love it. I love how important positioning is in this matchup. I think that's why it might be my favorite. And it was that way in Brood War too. So it's nice to see that it's continuing on. Here comes a big push now later on in the game. MMA's got his tank sieged up. He's got medevacs, and he's got but the Vikings pushing back the medevacs.
A lot of blood, a lot of death right there.
It's intense. It is. It's Antietam.
And look at how even these people are. 138 supply to 153 after a huge battle.
Yeah.
They are macroing. They are microing. A lot of action in TVT. This series, man. Ooh.
This series gives me hope for the children of our future. And yeah, but MMA manages to sneak a little drop up there with the Marines. He sneaks a rogue squadron up there, and they're doing a lot of damage actually. Yeah. Looks like QXC is attempting something similar at the same time, but he's not quite in there yet.
No, you forgot him about him. They're on the move now on the minimap anyway.
Those Marines have abandonment issues, and we can all relate to that. But there they go.
Here we go.
Yeah, he's gonna
attacking a supply depot.
Coming right here. Looks like if he can pull these SCVs in time, actually he's just gonna leave them because he has the Marines close enough by. Yeah, that little counterattack didn't really result in much. 150 to 145 supply, still really close. MMA still now those guys are abandoned. It's he's got too many eggs in his basket. It's hard.
QXC sees an opportunity, stims up, kills a couple of tanks when MMA didn't have vision.
Yep.
Oh, look at the tank count dropping.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
He took a nice blow there for QXC. He takes a small step ahead now. MMA dropped his guard for just a moment, and that's all it took and QXC jumped all over it.
Here's another big factor of the game. QXC has 3 mining expansions, but total of 4 bases, while MMA only has 3, and it's just now getting its 4th started. Big battle here. QXC pushing up with a lot of stem Marines, taking out so many tanks, getting rid of this containment, and just making a statement with that battle right there.
Yeah, he definitely took that decisively, and proving once again that purple Marines are wizards and red Marines are not. So it's deadly.
It looks like QXC is defending his 5th base or 6th right now.
He's got that base out in the middle there that he's trying to defend. That's a risky base to take, but it's actually paying off because he's defending it well. Nice concave here from the Marines. Only a couple tanks sieged up, and he's got that nice tank up there on the high ground. These tanks are not sieged, so they're able to take those out quickly. There are 2 there to siege. But a lot of medevacs, though.
Look at this battle.
This is a really close battle.
Tank shells going off left and right. Blood, Marines, medevacs. This is warfare, gentlemen.
Yes, gentlemen. And
there's no ladies watching this.
There might be.
Oh, trust me.
My mom.
They're swinging for the other team.
My grandma watches our show.
She swings for the other team.
No one has used that term since the 70s.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, QXC is just they're kind of. MMA is trying a containment in the middle of the map, not working out. There's 2 siege tanks there. QXC is just commanding lead economically. MMA only has 1 mining base and is defending it, but positionally, QXC meanwhile is setting up bases everywhere, but minimal defense. That's the key. Looks like MMA is moving down, as a matter of fact, to go see if he could snipe one of those.
Yeah, and he's gonna go for it, and he's moving down there now, but 2 medevacs full of Marines for MMA. That one has like 1 hit point left, so he's got to be careful with that. Big clash here at the middle of the map. MMA is trying to push down to stop QXC's expansions, but a nice siege tank line there is going to be able to stop that in its tracks.
MMA is just walking his units into tank fire. Never a good idea. Whoa! Ghosts! Ghosts!
A ghost just attacked us here in Esports Core Studio.
The QXC taking out this base from MMA. I believe it's the last mining base. MMA at this point is actually getting socked in the face by a boxer.
Yeah.
In shame.
That's what happens in Korea, actually, if you fail. And there's a GG from MMA, so...
Super epic
Man,
game.
that was an intense... Oh, God! Oh!
Don't... hey!
Oh, okay. Well, moving on. Alright, and the final game of this series was insane. Like, Dante Devil May Cry 2 insane. Like, it was pizza spinning, pistol revolving, crazy back and forth game the whole time. Yep. Insane macro. Really hard to pull highlights from, just because the entire game was like this crazy battle of glory and death.
Yeah, what you need to know about this game, though, is that they switched positions from game 1. QXC going bio, meanwhile MMA going mech, and MMA's mech is something...
To behold.
It's, look at this.
Except for he's blocking his tanks.
Yeah,
I like how right when we said that, he was blocking his tanks.
Well, that's because Boxer is wiping the sweat off of his forehead because he's apologizing. That's
true. He's sorry. Yeah, but at this point in the game, MMA's ahead by a good 20 food. His mech play is very Korean. Let's just say that, meaning it's very, very good.
Yes, QXC is trying to counter with some drops, but MMA's having none of it. He's already going to be in the main soon. He's already taken out. Let's see. QXC only has 1 mining base. MMA is just forcing his will on QXC right now, and it is working.
Yeah, it certainly is. And this was a game where throughout the entire thing, that gap from MMA, that advantage for MMA just keeps crawling and getting a little bigger and a little bigger each time they clash. You know?
Supply difference right now is 181 to 115.
Yeah, that's pretty big. That's pretty sizable. You know, that's like Walmart customer sizable. You know, like, not that I don't shop at Walmart. I am an American after all.
Each time was on accident, though,
yeah,
don't worry.
I keep stumbling in.
Last ditch effort from QXC, dropping in the main. Unfortunately, he's MMA as well. Look at count the tanks in his main. Okay.
1, 2, 3,
Yep.
4. There's a lot of tanks. Yeah, is the point. There's some more over there. It's just, I love mech play.
I sense a GG.
I love... Are you sensing it?
There it is! And there you have the winner of the NASL.
See, now that's a good-looking man.
Look at that.
That's a nice haircut.
Hello and welcome to Esports Core. I am Arctic Drac. I'm bringing you the Heroes of Newerth, my favorite MOBA. We're going to be giving you a heads up on the tournament recently that just happened called the DREAMHON Summer Championships that just got finished. I believe it was August 30th. The grand finals was between Trademark Esports and Complexity Gaming. Alright guys, well without further ado, I'd like to show you some highlights from that grand final match, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, in game 1 of the grand finals of the DREAMHON Summer Championships, we have Trademark Esports versus Complexity Gaming. Trademark Esports picked Torturer, Pebbles, Aluna, Tempest, and Silhouette. Complexity picked Witchslayer, Meraxis, Draconis, Andromeda, and Plague Rider. And as you can see here from the replay, just giving you kind of an idea of what happens at the beginning stages of HON. You want to scout out the map as much as possible. You want to and plant your wards so that you have maximum vision, so that you don't get ganked, and so you can prevent them from farming neutral jungle creeps or things like that. And it looks like, let's see here, it looks like Trademark Esports prefers to be grouped up together when they do this, as opposed to Complexity, who kind of just already starts going to their lanes and is just kind of being slightly careful in their own jungle. But yeah, these teams have a lot of history. HON has a lot of history. Check out both their sites, Complexity Gaming at I believe it's complexitygaming.com and trademarkesports.com. Alrighty guys, this is game number 1. Looks like the laning phase is about to begin. They were using their courier to scout out, to see above trees and just make sure that everything was nice and safe and sound. Looks like the lanes are going to be in the bottom lane. Tempest is not jungling, it's in the bottom lane. Silhouette's going to be solo mid against a Witch Slayer. Let's see here. Silhouette's nasty because she's got, I believe it's called a salvo, where if you hit them multiple times, the damage stacks by 15 at level 1 or something like that. I have to get better at the math of this game, but I've been playing it so long that I don't even pay attention to the exact details. But yeah, a little harassment going on from Silhouette, and as you can see, Andromeda looking here to gank Silhouette in the mid, but has been waiting there for a while, getting no experience. Just kind of wandering around looking for ganks. Top lane is going to be Pebbles and Torturer, actually to try lane with Aluna there against a solo Draconis. That's going to be an exciting lane to watch. Let's see here. Bottom lane, Tempest just getting out those Eidolons. I believe they're called in Dota 2. In this game, I cannot remember what they're called. Anyway, not much action, just some basic jungling on the top lane, and yeah. Alrighty, looks like this is going to be our first kill. Pebbles goes for the stun and the goes for the Pebbles combo on Draconis. Doesn't really work out, and actually Draconis, with the help of the tower, turns that around completely and gets the Bloodlust kill for a bonus 200 gold. That's a huge help to a team. Let's see. Looks like the next highlight video that we have is going to be a gank in the bottom lane. Tempest looks like he's going to be in trouble. Witchslayer stuns and ults, and that was over quick. The teleports come in, but it's a little bit too late. Torturer, Pebbles, and who is that? That's Silhouette. They're going to go and see if they can get some revenge. Torturer tosses him. We got this couple stuns coming out. Boom! They get revenge. Alright, it's 1-2 actually. Okay. Witchslayer's just getting away right now. And Luna's going to be like, hey, no, over here, guys. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough of a stun or enough of a delay to get the kill. On to our next video here. Looks like there's another battle taking place. Meraxis is throwing out some axes, really slowing the move speed of Silhouette. Silhouette's in a lot of trouble. Witchslayer comes over and says, hi! Ah, that brother just died. Noob G. Alright, on to the next highlight here. Torturer with a double stun from Luna onto Andromeda and the taunt. Alright, guys, next highlight of game 1. Witchslayer with a stun. Oh, the reversal from Pebbles with a Portkey. Doing the Pebbles combo. Andromeda tries to help out, and it looks like Torturer lives. Holy cow, that was crazy. Alrighty, guys, let's see what happens here. Oh, we got another Portkey initiation from Meraxis onto Luna, and it's just too much damage with Plague Rider there and nuking him down. Pebbles combo. Hello. Draconis is like, I don't care about you. All I care about is gold. I'm going to get my money, I'm going to get my items, I'm going to help my moms. My moms needs groceries. Alrighty, next highlight video. It looks like we're in the bottom lane. A huge battle taking place. Portkey's coming in. Pebbles is in a lot of trouble. He goes down. Draconis is chasing Torturer. I'm not sure if he's going to make it. Draconis has a lot of move speed, and it looks like he's pretty safe. Alright, we're back in mid lane. Pebbles initiation with the stun and the toss backwards. Witchslayer looks like he's going to be in trouble, and Luna gets the stun off. Boom, Luna gets it. Uh-oh, Portkey from Meraxis into Pebbles. Pebbles is in a lot of trouble. Draconis comes in from the top and finishes her off. Silhouette's in a lot of trouble, and Meraxis is way too much of a pro for that to be happening. Then we got the swap from Andromeda, and it's looking bad, guys. 5 to 8 KD right now in favor of Complexity. Woo! All right, let's see here. They're just pushing the tower and just getting some kills, getting some gold. Looks like we have a significant lead so far for Complexity. Next highlight video here. We have Torture in the bottom lane. Initiated on by Witchslayer with a Portkey. Ult right away, and this is going to be finished off by Plague Rider with her nuke. Or with his nuke, and that'll be it. Let's see, we're back in top lane. Draconis is up here. Looks like he's going to get initiated from Pebbles. The stun, the toss. Witchslayer's there to back up. Silhouette's in trouble. Meraxis answers. Meraxis is always there. He's like, hi, you can't mess with my friends because they're my little bros. Alright, looks like, oh, Meraxis initiation. Torture's in trouble. I'm not sure if he's going to get his stun off. Witchslayer gets the ult off, and Plague, oh my goodness, this is just bad. 5 to 12. Tempest gets all 5 in it, but it's not going to be enough, gentlemen, because we have 3 kills to 1. Not a good trade. Silhouette's in trouble, getting chased. Trying everything she can right now. Oh my goodness, is she gonna get away? Luna's gonna be in trouble and dead. No man up. Yep, Draconis finishes it off. And let's see. Wow, that's a significant lead. 6 kills to 14. Yeah, Trademark Esports is in a lot of trouble here. We got Torture solo mid. 3 people are converging on him. So sorry about my terrible camera work, but yeah, those Portkeys, it's over. So this isn't like League of Legends, people. This is death. Death, death, kill, death, 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 kill, 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 kill. And that's pretty much what every second of HON looks like. Alright, on to the next highlight video of game number 1. Alrighty here. Pebbles initiation combo, and this there's just too much chaos. We got a Tempest ult going off. Draconis has BKB and is just Nuke silhouette down. There's a battle taking place to my right. I can't see it. It looks like it's actually Tempest is running up top. Draconis is chasing Silhouette, and that was just a chaotic, scary battle. I'm scared. Alrighty, guys. Next highlight video, game number 1. Pebbles is in a lot of trouble. He gets Hellflower. And it's just over. 7-19. There's no hope here. We got the Tempest ult, but it doesn't matter because there's no DPS coming out. Everything's a joke right now. This is like being a family member of Richard Pryor as he's on one of his binges. You know what I mean? It's just sad. It's just you hate yourself for watching it, but you have to. And that was it. Alright, looks like we are on to game number 2 where Trademark Esports picks Fade, Bubbles, Forsaken Archer, Empath, and Ophelia. And actually, I'm sorry, that was Complexity Gaming. Trademark Esports picks Magnus, Meraxis, Nymphora, Aluna, and Pyromancer. And here we are in the beginning phases of game 2 once again. Just showing you again that, let's see here. Trademark Esports prefers to be together when they are in the jungle placing wards. They're very careful, but Complexity's like, don't worry, I got this. We got Ophelia just wandering around all by herself, not a care in the world. We got Fade gonna go solo mid. We got bottom yellow and purple. That's gonna be Empath and Forsaken Archer. That's gonna be a mean combo. I have a vision. Looks like Bubbles is going top, and on the TDM side we have. Oh, actually, hold on. To the first action. Looks like Power's getting initiated on. Bubbles goes on with the teleport in. Ophelia's coming in. We got a mean looking creep. Is he gonna stun? Is he gonna stun? Yes, he is. Is he gonna get in the way? Yes, he is. Creep blocking. This is rude. I actually feel terrible, and down he goes for the Bloodlust. Next highlight, guys. Looks like Meraxis is getting initiated on by Fade. With a double damage Ophelia with that stun from the creep, and it's gonna be too much. He gets the garbage dumpstered on, and Chessie again with the kill, 2-0. All right, guys, on to the action. 4 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. Looks like Nymphora went in to do a little something, a little scouting, and little does he know that he's gonna be in a lot of trouble here. Fade's coming in with her shadows. Forsaken Archer arrows and Empath wall equals GG. You can do nothing. 3-0 lead for Complexity Gaming. Oh my goodness. Chessie in with Ophelia coming in again. Bubbles initiating with the teleport. We got a little whirlwind doing some damage to Aluna. Aluna's just panicking at this moment, trying to call home. The cell phone's not working. Not getting any signal whatsoever. In a lot of trouble. And it's over. You cannot get out of the ghetto when Ophelia is in the ghetto. Alright, guys, next highlight video. Pyromancer getting initiated on with Bubbles. Oh, did you see the dodge? Did you see the dodge? That was like, I'm going to my shell instead of getting stunned. Alright, Magnus coming down the bottom lane. Looks like an initiation on, what is that? Is it Empath? Yep, Empath is doing the lifesteal, saying you're not getting out of here. Stunning with the distance stun there. Getting the wall. And again, Orange is in the perfect spot saying, no, you will not. Will you trade one chance from this day to that? Alright, guys, looks like Fade is invisible here, about to use the ult on him. Oh, double damage? Oh, you can't do anything. I'm just saying that S2 made a hero that goes invisible and nukes, stuns, and doesn't manage rain. It's actually rude. Anyway, initiation on the middle of the next highlight video. Magnus is in a lot of trouble. The double stun, the Ko coming out from, hold on, I'm losing my train of thought. There's so many things going on here. Meraxis is escaping. He has his ult on, not taking any damage. That shield's about to pop, though, because once again, we have the Ophelia, the meanest lady in the land, the witch on top of the hill that nobody likes. Alrighty, guys, with a 10-0 lead, this game is looking grim. It is looking bad. Magnus in a lot of trouble. Luna trying to save. Again, the wall. It's just, there's too much DPS. There's too much crowd control. There's too much stun, and there's no answer. Trademark Esports is overmatched at this point. 13-0. Chessie has got a hat trick. It's actually terrifying right now to be on Trademark Esports. Magnus comes in to try to ult, but no! The Burning Shadows, the call from Fade. Oh, this is just mean. Empath is just sitting there, sitting pretty with the walls. Look at this. This is actually a thing of beauty. An annihilation. 5 kills, gentlemen. You know how big of a deal that is? I've never gotten it in like 2,000 matches. Okay? 5 kills in a row. That is disgusting. Anyway, GG well plays are all coming out. The Trademark Esports does not want any more of this. I just wanted to show you guys here real quick in this little highlight video. It's going to take a while because I have to edit this. But anyway, this is how you play Ophelia. I'm doing it in slow motion here to show you that this woman that is from another world, it looks like, with tentacles just popping out of her head everywhere, controlling minions, dominating people all day long. But anyway, this is how you play Ophelia, okay? Not that codex crap that you're used to seeing. Alright, everybody, well, thank you. I really enjoyed the casting the highlight matches. Please continue to watch us. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing the StarCraft, Dota, League of Legends next, but again, this is Arctic Drac. Thank you for watching Esports Core, and this was the DreamHon Summer Championships. Alrighty, have a good day! Yeah!
Alright, good.
Good?
Yep.
Alright. Let's bust it back. Alright, well that was episode 2 of Esports Core. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to look to improve every single episode. We do still require help. If you want to help be a reporter for the show and send in highlights or take minutes of important games and stuff, anything can help really. We're still looking for graphics, still looking for audio guys, still looking for like a movie intro person. We need a lot of things. But for this week, we'd like to help. We'd like to thank. We had a lot of help from a guy named Mott from the internet.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your assistance. Rick Masters also lent a hand. Appreciate that.
Cameraman?
And who else? Oh, Matt Sice helped us out.
Sice was a big help, huge help.
And,
Andrew Mechanica? Did
No,
he help?
no.
Fuck that guy.
All right. So yeah, that was it, and we'll see you again in a week or 2. Hey, all right. You can take it easy.
Alright,
First day
sorry,
on the
sorry.
job, huh?
Yeah, sorry.
Well, hello and welcome